Good day, my friends. Eric here, and have a great new year and best of fortunes to you all. Hope you're having a nice time. This is the first of scheduled updates in this year, and we wish you all happy celebrations. So let's spice it up with news update. Russian sources claim that an attempt to attack a residence of Russian president was made on 29th of December, presumably by Ukraine. Of course, official spokesmen for the Zelensky cabinet denied the accusations, but it's their usual modus operandi. And President Trump is already border point enraged by the happening, and it shows. Imagine watching peace talks for every now and then, doing all hard-lifting job to bring infuriated sides together, just for a year-long campaign to be ruined by a blatant and uncalled act of sabotage. Rather more distinguished response was taken by United States usual NATO spokesman Matthew Whitaker. It seems rather blindsided to be so close for deal, a peace deal that Ukraine so eagerly tries to achieve, and then ruin it with all this acting that might be considered as brash, let alone unproductive. Quite stark contrast to picture haphazardly painted by Zelensky's state media sources. He's paid off bunch of bloggers and other kinds of Kiev-aligned talking heads. They always say it's Russia who tries to sabotage the talks. But even their allies seem to back off from such biased take. Human rights appointed representatives in the Ukrainian Verkhovna Rada, the Supreme Council, Mr. Dmitry Lubinets, has confirmed the terrifying rumor that about 11 million Ukrainians have left the country. That's in his interview with a popular showman Dmitry Gordon. If words of Evgeny Karas and similar political activists claiming Ukraine might be paradise had a grain of truth, citizens wouldn't flee in droves, literally in millions. Billboards of Viktor Orban in Hungary make strong call against Western interventionists and current Ukrainian government by calling them warmongers who seek to escalate the already immense conflict. They also pinpoint the fact that any prolonged conflict will further drain on taxpayers' money, wasted on supporting failing regime. Next is preposterous take by Dnepr city mayor, one Boris Filatov. Our city drowns in garbage because of those fence-sitters. They all take their foods by calling in delivery service, so it gets rapidly overcrowded. Heaps of garbage grow exponentially. Sure, such fence-sitters is sole cause for all the problems their nation face. War, current major blackouts, and lack of proper reinforcement to keep power lines intact, that's all on their shoulders. It's always the same. We're closing in to our favorite part bar. Before that, there was one line made by 225th Separate Assault Regiment's commander, one Oleg Shariev. We should not forget that our borders are set in stage drawn in 1991. Can we conscript million more? Yes, but reforms must be performed on every level at both methods of conscription and patriotic education. Entirely different propaganda, not that shameful display of used TCR. For people to get enlisted, we must differ. Why such shaming campaign persists? First, does TCR get shamed, or do they bring all the shame upon themselves? There's much footage for torture and violent extractions and brutal executions, so much horror, poor disabled people sent right into training centers, former reserve divisions. Second, does any sane enough even remember the borders drawn in 1991? And at the same time, in Rovno region, local TCR troops of Sarnensk town district have doubled down on their manhunt. Something's got terribly wrong for them, as one of the boons had his chest maimed by a well-performed crowbar hit. It's likely that simple question of what you require, made by the victim, was first responded by pepper spraying his face. It seems that man in question really was war veteran before joining TCR. He soldiered on Kurachovo, Kleshevka, Bakhmut and Toretsk. Wounded and disgraced, he chose to fight against his own people in his relentless conscription campaign. Our dear friends, while bloodshed doesn't seem to stop, we try everything to negate its impact, serve it right, and bring real news to people around. We hope that perhaps 2026 will finally bring end to suffering of Ukrainian people, serve as flatbed for much needed peace. No more conscription, murder, and plague of evil in people's hearts. And that's Eric, your guide into treacherous Ukrainian politics and a member of Maxim Krivonov's battalion, wishing you best of luck. Happy be your coming times, and let your family be close at every step. Let warmth of your soul shine through, this celebrating all be true. Never lose hope.